Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining me today to tell you about Driven by STEM. Today, I'm going to present who we are, what we do, our strong management team, our current and future footprint, some of our competitive advantages, our family of brands, our growth strategy, and our evaluation. Recently, we had a really exciting and unique transformational event that allowed our company to become Driven by STEM. This benefited both the STEM holding shareholders and the Driven Delivery shareholders as these companies recently merged. Driven by STEM is a company that is connecting world-class cannabis and hemp products to consumers. We are utilizing our House of Brands portfolio and have proprietary technology to benefit the well-being of our consumers with our farm-to-home omni-channel service and delivery for a unique customer experience. Driven by STEM is the first cultivation and technology omni-channel cannabis company. STEM has always been a leading vertically integrated cannabis and hemp branded products company with state-of-the-art cultivation, processing, extraction, retail, and distribution operations throughout the United States. We have proprietary genetics, best-in-class brands, retail, award-winning products from top-shelf flower to edibles, and now our e-commerce and delivery platform, which is the second largest in California. We are truly a vertical company from seed to doorstep. We are disciplined, we are disruptive, and we focus on building strong and sustainable customer relationships as the cannabis marketplace continues to evolve. We have succeeded in the challenging marketplace with product innovation, service excellence, and ongoing productivity. Importantly, home delivery continues to expand at a rapid pace in cannabis, along with other sectors. People are purchasing and are having delivered to their homes everything from toilet paper to toothpaste to cannabis. Research is showing us that 69% of U.S. consumers were more willing to subscribe to a delivery service for essential items post the pandemic. Older millennials, which are in the range from 30 to 39 years old and are a key cannabis consumer demographic, are trying new delivery options as well. This was exactly our thesis to move into the cannabis e-commerce and delivery space. We are connecting cannabis to our consumers through a 5-point plan. The first is we are delivering award-winning brands such as our Carnivore product line, our proprietary genetics to consumers through TJ's Gardens, Yerba Bueno Farms, and our Travis and James cultivation brand. The second is our experienced management and leadership team. They consist of people that have cannabis experience, CPG experience, e-commerce, food delivery, and multi-chain retail. The third point is that we have developed a delivery platform and tech stack that can scale both domestically and internationally. Number 4, we have integrated all of our systems and operations and manage our own ERP solution. And 5, we have Dr. Joy Eisen, who is our STEM Medical Holdings Director, who oversees the formulation and new products and will be in charge of the new national rollout on our mass market strategy. We are leading this company with our strong management. My name is Adam Berk. I'm the CEO and chairman of this company. My background originally was starting the first online patented food ordering system, which became Grubhub. Ellen Deutsch is my EVP and COO. She came to us from Hain Celestial, where her tenure was over 20 years. She held a lot of jobs, everything from Chief Growth Officer to Chief Marketing Officer. Sal Villanueva was the Driven president. He came to us where he helped build that company to the second largest publicly traded cannabis delivery company in California. Brian Hayek is now our Chief Compliance Officer and was one of the founders of Driven and came from Qualcomm. Steve Hubbard is our CFO, and Dr. Joy Eisen is our STEM Medical Director. Now we'll review some of our company milestones since inception. In 2016, we started STEM Holdings. We initially raised capital from some high net worth individuals and family offices. In 2017, we became public on the OTC QB. In 2018, we uplisted to the QX. We acquired TJ's Gardens, which is one of the largest cannabis cultivators in the state of Oregon. We launched our Nevada operations, and we also launched our flagship retail location, TJ's on Powell. 2019 was a really exciting building year. We built most of our facilities and all of our construction in 19, and then we moved that into 2020. In 2020, we expanded to the Northeast. We expanded to Massachusetts. We launched our operations in California, and then we acquired Driven Deliveries, the cannabis delivery company based out of Los Angeles. This is a depiction of our U.S. footprint. We currently have THC operations in 5 states, which include cultivation, manufacturing, retail, distribution, and e-commerce delivery. Our U.S. licensed operations include 11 facilities, everything from Oregon to California to Nevada, and then on the East Coast, we have our CBD hemp facilities. Our U.S. dispensary locations are 6. We have 3 in Oregon, up in Portland and in Eugene. We have California in Sacramento, Berkshire's Massachusetts, Rebel, and then in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, we have our Stem dispensary. Driven by Stem has many competitive advantages, including our award-winning house of brands, which includes TJ's Gardens, Yerba Bueno, Travis & James, and Carnivore. The genetics and breeding program we have built, our real estate platform, but more than anything else is our new prized asset, the newest acquisition to our team, which is Driven Deliveries, our e-commerce and delivery company. The customized tech stack, e-commerce platform, and data engine is unmatched. We are able to capture data that will enable our company to continue to innovate and deliver superior products to our consumers. We are and will continue to be able to deliver on our promise that we will nurture, grow, and disrupt this cannabis industry. As an e-commerce and delivery as a service provider, we're able to reach 92% of the California population with express or next day delivery. We have exclusive technology and artificial intelligence capabilities. Driven by Stem offers over 50 cannabis brands currently and over 400 unique products in California. We fulfill customer orders through the Ganja Runner and Buddy e-commerce platforms, as well as partnerships with actual cannabis brand sites that we've created through a platform we have called Brand Buddy, where we're creating e-commerce platforms for new and upcoming brands. Driven by Stem also owns proprietary brands and cultivars that have been developed and controlled by our company's Director of Cultivation and our experienced grow team on the West Coast. We continuously, vigorously protect and defend our trademarks. Our executive team and medical advisory board, which is run by Dr. Drury Eisen, oversees that department. We also have a relationship with Cornell University, where we have over 100 of our TJ CBD cultivar plants growing at the university. We also are working on an R&D collaboration for disruptive innovation, which will be nationwide. Now let's review some of our brands inside the family of our brands. First is TJ's Gardens, which we grow in no-till living soil. It's one of the most award-winning cannabis brands in the Pacific Northwest. We were the winner of the High Times Magazine Best Tasting Bud on Earth 2 years in a row, and we're also featured on the cover of the magazine. Next is Yerba Bueno, which was a company that we purchased about 1.5 years ago. This is a company that we were really excited to bring into our portfolio. They had their own genetics and breeding program. They were voted by Entrepreneur Magazine one of the 100 best companies to work for in Oregon. We're also going to be expanding this brand into the California market this upcoming quarter. Third is our Travis & James brand. This is our high-end, indoor, pre-packed cultivation brand. This was an ode back to the founders of TJ's Gardens. That's how we got the name TJ's Gardens. It was founded by Travis and James. Next is our edibles and topicals brands. Carnivore is our award-winning leading edibles company. It is high-end packaging and a design, and you can see it sitting on any shelf. We're currently manufacturing and marketing this product in the state of Nevada and the state of Oregon, and we'll be bringing this to California this upcoming quarter. We have been recognized by High Times Magazine as one of the 21 cannabis brands to watch. We're the winner of the Dope Cup, Best Sweet Eatable, and then also we came in second place recently in the High Times Oregon Cannabis Cup. Dosology is our topical brand. We've been developing this for about 12 months. This will be launching next quarter, both in CBD version at mass market and TH3 through our dispensary distribution chains. Next are our hemp brands, which include Everyday California, High Tech, and Good Day Doggy, and we should be able to see this on shelves this upcoming year. Now let's talk a little bit about positioning. Obviously, the market caps in the cannabis industry have been really expanding over the last few weeks based upon the legislative tailwinds in the United States and the new administration that started today. The most important data to take away from this slide is that Driven by STEM is projected to do about $75 million in revenue in 2021. At the close of the Driven transaction and subsequent financing, we'll have about $12 million in cash and equivalents and a combined market cap of about $79 million. We're trading at a little over 1 times projected revenue for 2021, when the basket of our competitors is trading at about 7 times. So STEM is actually trading at a discount to what all of our competitors are trading at. Our go-forward strategy has 4 major points to the strategy. We will drive our strategic plan with a 30-day on-your-mark map to streamline our integration. We're creating a seamless organization to execute on our strategy in a flawless way. Our second point is we will be getting ready, a 60-day plan to drive the rapid growth and cost reduction by integrating Driven Delivery's robust delivery capabilities and all of their AI technology directly into the STEM ecosystem. Every state in which STEM Holdings currently operates is where we'll be launching delivery in the upcoming year. And our iconic brands will be launching through the Driven platform in both California and new markets. We'll be launching the Yerba Bueno flower brand first in California, followed by Carnivore. These first 90 days will be critical time for us to move quickly with a roadmap for operational excellence and customer acquisition. And then lastly, we will get set and encompass our plan to expand way beyond internal opportunities and outreach to key strategic partners. As the cannabis technology company, which is what we're becoming, Driven Delivery's Buddy and Ganjrota e-commerce platforms will partner with cannabis companies in new markets as we expand throughout the country. And then lastly, of course, we will go. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go, and we're going to go fast and implement our new customer acquisition strategy, our loyalty program, and all of our retention. We will deliver the customer user experience that is expected and demanded by our sophisticated clientele. We are dedicated to social responsibility in all aspects of our operation. We're committed to be a great place to work and have won Best Place to Work 2 years in a row by MG Magazine. We have many sustainable practices and prioritize this at all of our facilities where we grow in no-till living soil, fully organic and sustainable. We reduce our waste and our water usage, and we also promote recycling. We have a sophisticated board of directors that is dedicated to compliance and corporate governance. We care about our communities and support a program called the Forest Initiative. And that's a program that offers any adult children in need at no cost cannabis therapy since 2004 in the state of Oregon. We also donate to multiple community organizations. As we continue to build Driven by STEM, we will focus on our values. We take great pride in developing these values as we launch throughout the United States and continue to expand throughout the world. We're committed to our customers, our employees, our partners, our shareholders, and all stakeholders. Our team is committed to growing and marketing cannabis and hemp with the highest quality standards, ethics, and safety. We adhere to all of these standards in all of our activities, no matter what we're doing, whether it's cultivation, extraction, launching edibles, distribution, retail, or delivery. We practice sustainable agricultural and social responsibility in all of our operations, and we are good stewards to our community. A company snapshot of Driven by STEM, and we're in the process of changing the name from STEM Holdings to Driven by STEM by combining both of these companies, and hopefully everyone likes the logo as well. We will continue to trade underneath the ticker on the OTCQX as STMH. In Canada, because we're dually listed, we're trading on the CSE underneath STEM. Post-merger, we'll have about 170 million shares outstanding. Our market cap will be about 79 million, and we're trading at a little over 1 times projected 2021 revenue. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to answering any questions.
Thank you, Adam. This is Joe Gomes, a Noble analyst. Fascinating story, really interesting. I'm sure we'll be getting some questions here. We're going to start the Q&A session. If you wish to ask a question, please click on the lower right corner of the video window. So, Adam, I'm going to start off here and say, it's fascinating to me as I sit here where you're taking your experience in the Grubhub of the world and layering that on to the cannabis industry. Could you just give us a little insight as to how you were applying what you learned in the Grubhub world onto the cannabis world?
Yeah, so I think that over the last year, it fast-tracked user adoption for e-commerce and delivery. And this was an area that we always wanted to get into. And obviously with my background with online food ordering and delivery, we were definitely signaling that we were going to go into this area of the industry at some point in time. But what we realized was once consumer behavior completely changed, once COVID happened and people wanted everything delivered to their doorstep, we realized that we needed to fast track this operation much quickly. And instead of building it for the next 2 years, we realized it would be much more efficient to buy it. And Driven Deliveries had done a phenomenal job of building the infrastructure, building the driver network, building a really nice customizable tech stack that would allow us to take that solution from California across the entire country and layer on top of licenses and partner with people. So we are applying all of our knowledge and know-how from the old days of online food ordering and e-commerce to this industry. Remember, in the past, before there were dispensaries, people received cannabis through some sort of delivery. And now what we're doing is we're giving people the ability to purchase cannabis through a regulated method, through an e-commerce platform that's easy and that's convenient.
Great. Well, another one, just given what today actually is occurring today in the transfer of administrations, just trying to get your insight with the Biden administration and how you think that could potentially help, in what ways could that potentially help the cannabis industry in the United States?
Yeah, so I think there's a few different areas. One is definitely social reform, which I think is going to be very exciting for everyone inside our cannabis industry. The second that we're really looking forward to is clear guidance on what the rollout plan will be in the future here across the country as it relates to both medical and recreational. And then I think one of the most important things that most publicly traded cannabis companies are looking for a directive on is banking reform. So from our standpoint, continue to implement new banking reform will be, I think, pivotal and a big catalyst for our company and most companies inside this industry. This will also allow us the opportunity in the future to potentially uplist to a major exchange, which is something else that we're looking forward to. And we're hoping that the Biden administration is really able to implement these sort of changes that our industry is looking for and lobbying for.
Great. And one of the things that you mentioned, and I think probably isn't really well recognized, so maybe you could go into a little more detail here, is almost your data digital as a service provider, in the capturing of all this data information and what that could mean to the company, how that benefits your company in rolling out products or services to the target market.
Yeah, so I think that our data engine is pivotal to the future of our company. We're able to capture and analyze data from consumer behavior in real time and in a holistic way. So we're able to see search on demographics that are coming into the portal, how they're searching, what types of products that they're looking for. And then that allows us to curate the products and give our customers exactly what they're looking for. That also allows our internal biz dev team to create new products and innovate new products so we can actually fulfill the needs of our customers, whether that's in California, Oregon, Nevada, or any other new state that we are launching our delivery and e-commerce platform in.
Fascinating. You talked a little bit, you touched on, your dispensaries. What are your plans for dispensary expansion across the states in which you're currently in? And what % of the product that you manufacture is sold through your locations versus sold through other locations?
Yeah, the second part I'll start with first. It's a great question. Our company was really founded on wholesale business, so creating wholesale brands, whether that's TJ's Gardens, Yerba Bueno, Carnivore, Travis and James. So we've built a very large following in the states where we're operating in. It wasn't until recently that we forayed into the retail operation side of the house. Only about 10% of our own products are sold through our own dispensaries. And that's because how could you not sell TJ's Gardens product at a TJ's retail location, right? So we know that customers are coming there. We know that they're requesting the TJ's products or the Yerba Bueno products or the Carnivore products. And we want to make sure that we're able to fill the needs of our customers and exactly what they're looking for. But in addition to selling our own products at our own retail, we also service about another 150 to 160 retail operations in the states where we currently operate. On a go-forward basis, we're definitely going to continue to get aggressive as we look at new retail locations in the Pacific Northwest and in California. And this way we'll be able to utilize those retail hubs in two ways. One, as a great retail operation. And number two is also a hub for our delivery. So we'll be able to pick up new regions, new territories by utilizing retail in two ways. One as delivery and then two as brick and mortar retail.
And just like you're able to wholesale your product into other non-owned dispensaries, plans to use the delivery model for other non-owned dispensaries. Could you go into somebody and say, hey, you've got your retail locations, we can handle, for lack of a better word, the last mile?
Yeah, and I think the answer is we'll be strategic as we do that. It might make sense to do that in markets where we don't currently have other parts of our footprint, whether that's cultivation, extraction, edibles, distribution, or our own retail shops. So it's definitely possible. But I think in addition to that, we'll be really pushing our brand buddy application because our tech stack is customizable. We're able to approach brands and brands are approaching us saying, can you build an e-commerce platform for us so people can enter our platform, but our products are really wholesaled at your distro centers. So I see the brand buddy application really picking up a lot of steam here in 2021. And then, like I said, we'll partner with strategic retailers in markets where it makes sense and where it's applicable.
Okay. Got a question here from the audience. Thanks for the presentation. When is the financing expected to close, and is there any additional details you can share?
There's no additional details right now. It's expected to close within the next 2 weeks or so.
Okay, fair enough. So you mentioned here at the end your CBD and hemp products. Where would you see those products being sold? You know, is that something that's outside of a dispensary? Is that, you know, more kind of the consumer brands? You know, what are the thoughts on the opportunities there?
Yeah, so really our main focus is on the THC side of the house or the CBD part of the house that runs through our dispensary network. The mass market piece of our business is more in joint ventures with those mainstream brands which you saw on that slide, where those brands have actually come to us and have said, well, can you help formulate, can you help manufacture and distribute and run that part of our business? So that's done in a joint venture sort of way, really leveraging the infrastructure of those companies, and they're obviously leveraging our knowledge, our know-how, our medical team, our medical director, and formulation team.
Okay. And I know this is probably, you know, kind of early, but we'll ask it anyways. Additional acquisitions. I mean, do you have a pipeline? Do you have specific areas, whether it be product or manufacturing, cultivation, you know, or states? I mean, what are your thoughts on additional M&A going forward?
Yeah, and we're always looking for accretive acquisitions. We're getting a lot of calls from a lot of groups wanting to be part of our Driven by STEM story, which is a great place to be. And I think we're going to get deeper in the states that we're currently in and broader where it makes sense. Everything's on the table with us. We'd love to build our house of brand strategy. If the brand makes sense and fills a hole inside the gap, then it'll be an acquisition target for us. But right now, we're very excited with the brands that we have inside the portfolio, but we're always on the hunt for new companies that are well-run with good management that could add and be accretive to the value for our shareholders.
And you mentioned, you put a chart up there and mentioned about how, you know, STEM was trading at a fairly significant discount to the peer group. You know, what can the company do? What steps need to be taken, do you think, to help eliminate that type of a discount?
Yeah, so I think there's a few components. The first is the coming together of STEM and Driven to be driven by STEM, right? So I think that was definitely number one. STEM has a phenomenal management team. We have some really good infrastructure already, but we were missing that e-commerce piece. Driven had a great e-commerce piece, but was missing some of the components that we brought to the table. So that's why the acquisition and merger was so synergistic. I think that's definitely number one. And then number two is really getting out there and getting our message delivered to not just our consumers, but the financial markets so they understand who we are, what we do, what our go-to-market strategy is, and really everything that we talked about today. Delivery, delivery, delivery. The future of almost every industry today is about e-commerce and data, and we are there to execute on it. And that's what we'll be doing in 2021.
Well, that's great, Adam. That's all the questions we have for today. I think this is just a fantastic story, the whole Driven by STEM and what you're doing. Really excited to see how that continues to unfold over the coming months and years. We really appreciate you taking the time to present at NobleCon17. And thanks again, Adam. Good luck in the future.
Thanks for having me.